out there. How are you doing today? This is Rob. Welcome to Live at Lunch with Rob today. We're going to be talking about a lot of great topics, but Live at Lunch is a short-term midday lunch show from a 757 perspective. We talk about a myriad of weekly user-submitted topics, from live streaming and video production to aliens in the search for Bigfoot. Man, we get into it a lot here. Live at Lunch brings you a fun and thought-provoking lunch show, and best enjoyed with a burger and fries, or a pizza, maybe even a salad. No? No takers? Not today? Okay. Today's topic is going to be about live streaming and the other interesting uses for the medium. We'll begin that around 11 minutes in the hour, and if you enjoy it so much, you might even figure out ways to make a couple dollars with a little side hustle. I hope I can share that with you all today. Coming up next is our Did You Know and Weather segment. We're going to share with you what it's going to look like in beautiful Virginia Beach over the weekend, as well as Did You Know? Maybe we're going to answer some of those interesting questions about what's so frustrating in the mornings about getting around in Virginia Beach. Traffic can be rough. And also share with you a little bit of stuff that's happening in the world. Maybe you didn't know something. And anybody know about Kane Tanaka? We'll answer that question here in a minute. At 26 minutes into our show, the Drop Report will drop, letting you know this weekend's best places for family and friends to have a good time. Hit the club or the beach or the karaoke bars. No matter what you want to do, you're going to hear about what's happening first on the Drop Report with Live at Lunch, all sponsored by the local 757.com. Yeah, sounds a lot of fun to me. Speaking of fun, listen to that nice sound out there. Look around outside. It's a little chilly today. Wednesday, April 27th. Beautiful day, though. Got a forecast for the weekend that should be in the mid to high 60s during the day and around mid to high 50s at night. Friday, April 29th will bring partly cloudy skies that will tend to continue through the weekend, which means that if you're shooting instant film this weekend, make sure to look for direct sunlight and avoid shady places. Instant film is best used in direct sunlight for the best saturation and contrast. It should be used at the brightest part of the day, so use that pro tip wisely. Friends out there that shoot selfies should avoid direct sunlight and duck face. Least ye be forever branded Daffy, like the duck. Who does duck face? I don't even know. The winds will be gusty over the weekend, around 10 to 15 miles per hour, without much chance of rain, which means, ladies, make sure your hair is laid with those edges nice and tight, because it's going to be windy. You want to look fleek when you get out there at the club. Who even says fleek anymore? I don't even know. Friends, got a couple questions for you. Ever wonder about that Virginia Beach traffic? We were talking about that a little bit earlier. Well, although Virginia Beach isn't the largest city in the Commonwealth, it is 497.3 square miles in size. It is huge. There are only 7 incorporated cities in the Commonwealth, by the way. Interesting thing to know about there. It has an average population of 425,000 people right here in Virginia Beach, with 3.5 military bases. I don't know how you get half. Maybe it's shared with Norfolk or something. But no wonder it's average commute for a Virginia Beachian, native Virginia Beacharian, a Princessanian, whatever you want to call us. If you're from Virginia Beach, your average work commute is 35 minutes. Think about that. Maybe next time consider taking the surface streets rather than hitting that highway. I don't know. Guys, you recall I asked you about Kane Tanaka. Well, in sad and somber remembrance of a life well lived, a Japanese woman, Kane Tanaka, has been recognized as the world's oldest woman, and she died just a couple of days ago at 119. That was just short of her goal of reaching 120 years old. Kane was born in 1903 on January 2nd and loved playing Othello and had a penchant for chocolate and fizzy drinks. I wonder if she liked Fanta. Some of you will get that joke. Now, maybe that wasn't funny. Probably didn't like Fanta. Anyways, she loves those Cadbury eggs. She was actually a certified Guinness World Record holder as the oldest living person in 2019. That's when she was 116. Guys, think about this. Tanaka is the last person that we know of that was born before a time of airplanes. She could remember a time before airplanes. Wow, that just tells you how short human existence really is. So, in this Did You Know segment, go ahead and think about, did you know? Friends, coming up, we've got Sam K. Riggs reporting. Now, I'm going to read for good old Sam today, because Sam ain't here to do it himself. Sam has asked me. Sam is a staff writer for thelocal757.com, and today he wants to tell you a little bit about Waterside District in Norfolk. Now, guys, remember, the Local 757 is a completely local base, supported all about you and I living here in the Local 757. And I'm sure a lot of you guys know about Waterside, but some people don't. So, Sam writes, hey man, what do you think of the Local 757? And that comes to mind. You might always be tempted to think of the Virginia Beach resort area, and maybe even Hampton, sometimes Norfolk, never really Portsmouth too much. But that would be a mistake, because just straight down Virginia Beach, just a quick jaunt up the highway from Virginia Beach oceanfront to the Waterside District will deliver you to a place where waves and waters and oceans and pirates all unite at Norfolk's Waterside District, featuring the Battleship Wisconsin, as well as Nauticus, the Naval Maritime Museum, and the Waterside District itself, which has Guy Fieri's restaurant and a bunch of different great places to eat, care, food, drinks, and fun, all downtown at Town Point Park in Norfolk. It's quite a bit of fun. It's a local favorite because the area offers lovely waterfront vistas without the sand and waves. And here you will always find walkways that offer the scenes and delightful sound, sights, and music of Norfolk. It's a great place to visit. We hope you guys give local downtown Waterside District a check out. If you do, let them know Rob sent you from Live at Lunch on thelocal757.com. Well, that stinger ended up real nice, didn't it, guys? Eh? What do you think? It turned out nice. Got another question for you. We're getting ready to jump into our main topic, but before we do, did it ever bug you? How many notifications do you get on your cell phone every day? I probably get 50, 80. And that means that I'm somewhere a little above the average, right? You get thousands of notifications all the time from places like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, emails, text messages, push messages, everything else. Well, I was thinking about this show and I wondered, how many messages do you get? I get messages a lot. So I checked it out. Hey, the businessofapps.com, which is a place that talks about business apps and specifically for marketing, has collected some user data for the past decade. In 2021, they published a report that says that the average United States smartphone user receives 46 push notifications every single day. Guys, there's only 24 hours in a day. That means it's roughly 2 notifications an hour, 1 every 30 minutes, where someone's trying to pull your attention out of what you're doing. Wow. Of those, things that get the most interactions are actually texts and push messages with emojis. Little tailored things, little pictures that are in them that actually show up in the body of the text. They have a 40% higher click-through rate. So when you see an emoji, don't think someone's trying to be friendly, unless it's your friend. But if it's a company, they are trying to sell you something. That leads us to about 31% of the users do not find push notifications helpful at all. 18%, about 1/5 of the population says, yeah, they like getting them. Push notifications can actually lead users to delete that app and turn off all notifications from that company about 10% of the time. So if you want to unclutter, don't forget to hit the unsubscribe button at the bottom of these push notifications and get out of it. Maybe you can use that do not disturb function on your phone and have a little bit of peace during lunchtime, but not with live at lunch. You don't want to forget us, guys. A little bit of fun going on there. Think about that for a minute. We're going to transition. Coming up, live streaming. What is it? How does it work? And what are some uses? How can you make some money with it? So here we are, live at lunch with Rob today, sponsored by thelocal757.com. Head on over to thelocal757.com to find out all your great stuff, what's happening in Virginia Beach from a local's perspective. Think of it as like a tourist guide, except it's not for tourists. I guess they could use it too. We don't want to be exclusive, right? But if it's happening in Virginia Beach, you'll find it on thelocal757.com. Real quick mention, I want to say that, hey, if you like this show and you want to have any of your music featured on here, local bands, contact live at thelocal757.com. Send just a little bit of email about yourself, who you are, what you're doing. And if you've got a video clip or an audio clip attached to that as well, we would love to see it. Our producers will get in touch with you. And if you're the right type of music, family-friendly, and a little bit of edgy, punk, we take all genres. As long as you're clean, no explicit lyrics, or you can sing it without them, we'll talk about putting you on the show at the end with our outro. So you get a little bit of exposure, have some fun, and get a nice recording out of it live at lunch, sponsored by the local757.com. All right, live streaming, my friends. What is it? Well, you guys all know what it is, right? We're all familiar with live streaming. Live streaming itself is when you pull your phone out, right, and you start going live. Right now, live streaming has really become a mainstay of what we do. We do everything live today: Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, Twitter. It's all live, right? But it's making money. Making a lot of money. Your content is feeding the algorithm for all the big media companies out there, making them richer. Wouldn't you like to get a little piece of the pie? Well, it's pretty simple. A couple of things that you can do will be talked about in the next segment, just a couple of minutes from now. But right now, let's talk about how you live stream. Most people think about it from your phone, right? Well, you know there's lots of different ways. There's lots of technology that you can get out there that helps you live stream. Today, I'm actually using YOLObox. YOLObox is a live stream video encoder recorder, scene switcher, transitioner, as well as streaming device, all on its own. YOLObox allows you to put it on top of a camera, use a webcam or your cell phone to connect, and then go live. The reason you'd want to do that is because you get different things like transitions, and you get fade effects, and you get green screen effects. You can really turn a production from something blah, just turning your cell phone on, to something hooray. You know what I mean? It's really cool. So when we talk about live streaming, for me, if you guys don't know, I actually work as a filmmaker and photographer, videographer here in Virginia Beach, specifically for weddings, but I also do commercials for some of the local companies around here. In that scope, I see a lot of people trying to live stream different things, and I live stream quite a bit. And when you get a couple of cameras put together, a YOLObox will really help you get your message out there. So we're talking about live streaming. You might say, yeah, Rob, that doesn't sound like anything interesting to me. It's just live streaming, right? I would share with you this thought. Everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's got something to share, right? And if you're going to be live streaming something, maybe your family and friends want to see it. It could be a soccer game. It could be a play for your school. It could be your 3-year-old's first steps. I guess maybe not first steps, but you get what I'm saying. Live streaming can help you do that. Something like YOLObox will make it easy. Now, if you're streaming something a little bit more competitive, you want to get into some business or something along those lines, live streaming is the exact way that you got to get that moving, and moving pretty quickly. If you're live streaming, you can offer virtual tours. You can live stream through haunted areas of Williamsburg. You can do all of that with the right equipment, and live stream really makes it possible. One of the things that I like about live streaming is that it allows me to command the entire show, specifically with YOLObox, from one place. Which means that as I get going, if I wanted to be an indie filmmaker or something like that, and if you wanted to start indie filmmaking and things like that, you could create an art project. What do they call it? Like an installation. All with YOLObox and no computer needed. You can even do graphics on the YOLObox with, of course, those different transitions for the graphics. It's a lot of fun. So I want to open that up to you and get your mind massaged a little bit and let you think about live streaming, not as just something as to view in content and participate in content. Think about live streaming as a way to create content. Think about that for a minute. Guys, we got a couple things we're going to talk about, but before we get into it too much, I want to ask you a question. When's the next time you've got an event coming up? Now, I told you that I work as a wedding photographer, videographer. I'm a filmmaker, do commercials and everything. I'm always looking for an event space for a conference. I like to work with Rose Sicanta out there at the Virginia Beach Wedding Company. Rose at the Virginia Beach Wedding Company with Raphael and their daughter Zariah, all the friends and family, Tony. They really make it easy. So if you've got a wedding, that's really what they do. They do weddings. But their event space and venue is huge. Holds up to 200 people. I like working there a lot. A lot of the videos that I produce for my corporate clients are done at the Virginia Beach Wedding Company at the Virginia Beach Events and Entertainment venue, right there on Virginia Beach, right on Atlantic Avenue. 2014 Atlantic Avenue, you'll find Rose. Go find her at virginiabeachweddingcompany.com. Give her a telephone call. Tell her Rob sent you from Live at Lunch. Maybe she'll hook you up. I don't know. There's nothing sponsored here. I'm just sharing with you a business that I enjoy doing business with. Rose is a great person. Guys, think about it. All right. You had a chance to think about that. Your brain got kind of massaged a little bit. Thinking about live streaming. let's take a little bit of a deeper look. When you think about putting together a production, man, we're out here at the studio putting together this production for you right now, and we got a couple cameras set up, but live streaming doesn't really need to be that big. Let me bring it back from YOLO Box and things like that, something you may have to buy extra as an encoder streamer. Let's bring it back to your cell phone, right? What's the easiest way to get into live streaming, right? You might think you're going to just go ahead and push record or go live on your cell phone, your smartphone, your iPhone, your Android, your Galaxy Z Fold 3, right? I guess it's not the Z Fold anymore, it's just the Fold 3. Samsung dropped that moniker, apparently. In any event, as you go live, the number one thing you're going to want is audio. I got a pro tip coming up for you about audio here in a minute, but the idea is audio is half of video. So, with my experience of live streaming and doing weddings and things like that, and making wedding videos on the beach, I've seen a lot of families attempt to avoid the cost of hiring a professional to do live streaming on the beach by just getting a little camera. And I always share with them, hey, you got to make it happen however you want to happen. You got to get your hustle. So you can't afford to pay for a professional to do it. There's no shame in your game for doing it yourself. Obviously, it's going to look a little bit different, but it'll be good enough, right? Wrong. Especially if you don't have the audio. Live streaming, video, half of video is audio, and people want to hear. They'll deal with not being able to see what they're doing so well, but if they can't hear it, that's game over. So what can you do? Well, I'm going to tell you about a product that I use right now, the Kamika Boom XD or XU. There's two different systems. It doesn't really matter right now, but they're wireless microphone systems, and they're pretty inexpensive. They're pretty easy to get to, around $100, $150. And they plug into your cell phone or your camera or your other USB device or your 1/8-inch headphone jack device, however, using a TRRS connection, just like your headphones do, or your USB port if you've got that. And then they transmit digitally to a microphone, and that microphone picks up whatever you want to say. So if you are doing something where you've got a talking head piece and you need people to be able to hear what someone's saying, or you're trying to record a wedding, because maybe you're on a budget, maybe you're trying to get started, check out the Kamika Boom XD or XU series and get the number of microphones that you think you're going to need. The 2 series is always good. That way you can mic 2 people, and that way if you're doing a bride and groom ceremony, you can mic the pastor and the groom. Or you could just as easily do a 2-piece talking head in an interview type scenario where you and your friends are just going out having fun. You can clip one on to your shoulder, you can clip one into his shirt or her shirt, and then you can go on about your business and have great audio. If you're not interested in the Kamika, you can also try the Rode Wireless Go 2. That's a really great system as well, although it's more expensive than the Kamika. Friends, the audio will be the most important thing that you invest in prior to cameras or anything else, specifically for live streaming. Generally, live streaming is something that's done right around 1080p at the max. Facebook won't even let you go 1080p. They'll only do 720p, especially if you're a new channel or a new Facebook user and you don't happen to have a business account. YouTube, definitely 1080p. And Twitch, I believe, is 720 right now. Although I don't stream to Twitch so much, so you guys leave it down in the comments below and let me know. Guys, I share this with you. I share this information with you because I think that it's important to always have a skill that no one can take away from you. Figure, right now, you're at lunchtime listening to what I'm talking about. Maybe you find the show good, fun, happy, whatever. That's cool if you don't. No problems. We're happy to have you here. I hope that you like the show. But guess what? You got to go back to work, right? And lots of us get stuck in that concept of work, right? Well, we end up working for someone else. If you always work for someone else, you never get rich. You might make some money, right? But it'd be hard to get rich, right? And maybe getting rich really isn't the point in life. Maybe the point in life is just to live a good life. Well, if you're toiling away at 40 hours a week just to make ends meet, life may not always be so easy. So find yourself a side hustle that no one can tell you no. If all you can do is play guitar and sing a couple bars, I suppose, then head out to the bars. Generally speaking, around here in Virginia Beach, the bars will pay right at $100 a night for a 3-hour set, plus a couple of beers. Hey, to me, that sounds like a good deal. And no one can take that away from you. If you're a family man, then that means that if you ever need it, you can hit the bars instead of hitting the streets and make $100 playing at an open mic night or something like that, or just providing some acoustic music. And that's my point. When you do something that you're good at, no one else can take that away from you. And even if all it is your side hustle, it helps you roll out. Live streaming Could be someone's side hustle. Trust me, I've played at the bars down here at the beach. It's a pretty fun place. I do a lot of stuff. For me, it's all about the side hustle. Okay, whatever word of wisdom you might find that, I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to transition to our next topic, the drop report, coming up in just a moment. All right, friends. We're coming back with the drop report. We're getting ready to pop that now. Drop report. Remember, that's telling you what's happening here in Virginia Beach over the weekend. Well, let's check it out. Jimmy Buffett, guys. April 28th, Jimmy Buffett is at the Veterans United Home Loans Amphitheater in Virginia Beach. I like Jimmy Buffett. Not necessarily a parrot head, but man, Margaritaville gets me every time. And I like the 5 o'clock somewhere. He's in that one too. You can find him from 8 to 11 down there, 3550 Cellar Door Way in Virginia Beach, Virginia 23456. Once again, that's April 28th. You can still get tickets now for the lawn, maybe even a few a little closer at the Veterans United Home Loans Amphitheater. If you go, send me a picture. Let me know how it goes. I'd love to see what's happening out there. But that's not all. We got a couple of really cool things happening. Neon glow and acrylic fluid painting is taking place at Uncommon Redesigns on April 29th. That's Friday, my friends. Uncommon Redesigns is located at 236 Clearfield Avenue, Suite 207 in Virginia Beach, Virginia. You can find them there between 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's 1 hour. You get wine, and it's $29. The phone number is 800-416-9314. And the studio will be glowing to activate all the colors of the paint, so feel free to wear whatever clothes, accessories, and even face paint that you'd like that you'll glow under UV lights. Just make sure you wear something you don't mind getting a little glowy, gooey, maybe not gooey, maybe just glowy. They're going to have no refunds, a contactless temperature and check-in at the check-in, and no guests right now, 20 minutes after the workshop starts. So once it begins, you can't jump in halfway through. If you want to do some acrylic glow painting, have some fun down here at Uncommon Redesigns. That's Friday, April 29th. Not bad. I got one more for you. 2022 Virginia Beach Kickball Classic, guys. Between April 30th and May 1st, coming all the time. The actual Kickball Classic from the RDU Sports Foundation is having kickball. Look, the kickball scene is strong here in Virginia Beach, guys. If you don't know, the Virginia Beach Foot Stompers are out there kicking that ball, and it's serious. I got a couple guys I know that play on the kickball teams, and it's they have a good time. It's at the Hampton Road Soccer Complex at 2276 Recreation Drive in Virginia Beach, Virginia 23456. Come on down. Goon Bay Raleigh Durham is a reoccurring recreational sports league delivering a cutting-edge sports experience while improving the physical and emotional well-being of current and former athletes, all while inspiring positive social change. I don't know about that part right there, but the kickball sounds good, guys. The kickball sounds good. I don't understand why the sports have to always have some kind of social change. You got to tell me down in the comments below. Maybe sometimes you just want to watch football, guys. Maybe sometimes you just want to watch football. I just want to watch basketball. I don't need a message. Anyways, that's what's happening down here at Virginia Beach. Guys, it's been a great show today. Great show. So let's go ahead and get that outro music going. Man, got a nice song for you today. This is our show for the week, my friends. The clock on the wall says that it's time to get back to work, and I hope that your burgers and fries were as good as they look. Man, they look great to me. Those of you with the salad, we'll talk later. Please remember to follow our show live at www.thelocal757.com. Catch our podcasts on all of podcasts syndicates under the name Live at Lunch, and watch our show live on YouTube under youtube.com/Robert Ham. That's 2 M's. 2 M's, Billy Bacon. Hamm. Our show is completely user-supported, my friends, so please leave a comment and a topic. I'd love to hear what you want to hear on the next show. I think next show coming up, great to talk about, is Flat Earth, believe it or not. Next Wednesday, we're talking about Flat Earth. Oh boy, we're going to get it on that one. However, these topics are user-submitted right now. The first couple are picked by us and our team, but you guys get your topics in there and we'll chit-chat about it. We pick the best topics for our upcoming shows and give you a shout out as well. Always remember to keep it classy by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Of course, that's important as we grow the show. And if you are someone that would like to have your music featured at the end of our podcast, just like this, and even a little segment, go ahead and contact us at live@thelocal757.com. Just send a little profile about who you are, what the band does, what kind of music you play, and definitely a link to what you got so we can hear it. If we like it, we chit-chat, we'd be glad to bring you on. Guys, I want to thank you for watching and remind you I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.